Good day, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of the Rect Show. Finally, a new update. It's 2 days before the halving, which is wonderful. But does that mean that we're going to moon straight to 20k? I don't expect so. We're going to discuss what I'm expecting to occur on the markets, and we're going to discuss the altcoins. As we've seen that Bitcoin is retracing a little while altcoins are doing pretty much fine as they are bouncing up in their BTC pairs. Yesterday has been a pretty decent day for Komodos, Ceterix, and a basic attention token and some more. And today we see Link bouncing up, for instance, and some other altcoins, which is what I've expected to see occur. This last push upwards on BTC caused many traders to sell their altcoins to catch the last part of the Bitcoin train. And over here, people start to realize that altcoins are pretty much lagging behind and are pretty cheap in BTC pairs or in BTC value. So people start to hop over from altcoins towards BTC. That's the standard bullish scenario in which we've seen that occur in this period over here, in which the whole rally occurred due to Bitcoin. After that, a crash, and during the upwards bounce here, altcoins started to outperform. Actually, they started to bounce already before the drop occurred. So what the main scenario should be is that once BTC starts to retrace because of the FOMO around the halving goes away, is that altcoins get back up and start to follow Bitcoin. Usually when there's a period of sideways smaller accumulation on Bitcoin, you could see altcoins start to outperform. Aside, if Bitcoin crashes with 1k in one candle, it's likely that altcoins drop a similar amount as there's just panic. We've discussed that on when there's panic or when there's a crash. Everything correlates to 1, so altcoins will also find some pain through that. But after that, you'd want to play the altcoins rather than just Bitcoin, as Bitcoin was the first mover in 2017 and in the previous runs, and then the altcoins start to follow suit. For instance, what you can see is that Bitcoin is all the way back up towards the level previously in this year. Well, if you check on Ethereum, has been following suit, but still some pace to follow. But other altcoins like Litecoin still have a big gap to rally to. That's why I've posted the chart, and that's why we're going to discuss some other altcoins here as well. First, we've got a nice push up. Did not expect a further push above 9.5, but I'm still scaling in for a short hedge, as I'm assuming that right now the FOMO is getting towards the highs, and the price is getting a little bit overextended to the upside, which through that I feel we're going to see a corrective move. Given the buy the rumor sell the news concept on the halving, I'm not expecting like new lows, which is, if you're short-term bearish, you are expecting 1k and stuff. That's not what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a healthy retrace in which I've marked the levels here, in which I'm targeting 8488 and possibly 7478, 6.5, 68. I don't expect the price of Bitcoin to drop below 6k unless it's a wick, and there's going to be an accumulation phase in the coming around 3 to 6 months before we start to continue rallying further upwards. There's some interesting levels above us, in which there is a resistance zone, in which I might be expecting another pull towards 10,000, 15, 10.3 in the next few days to make a sort of blow off top like we've witnessed over here, after which we have to correct or drop down due to the halving and due to the hype going away. Through that, the altcoins start to outperform, as what I've just said. And when we get towards this zone here, I'll be having some more shorts hedged just to defend myself. I'm also spot long on altcoins. The levels that I'm watching for potential support are 3.5, 9, 8.8, 8.4 to 8.5, which is one of the levels that I'm generally watching for new longs. And if we lose 8.5, I think we're going to drop to 7.5k. So what I've stated here is my general my general scenario. The bullish scenario would be that we just continue flipping upwards. But given the overextension, given the all sentiment, I generally expect some further downwards movements to occur, which is not bad. We have just witnessed a 7k rally, which is from the lows 168%, which is amazing. But I'm expecting the liquidity is beneath us and not above us. There's one more level that we could witness to see liquidity tap, which is maybe even a wick above 10.5k. But after that, I'm expecting we're going to see the liquidity tapped on the downside. So then we're going towards the altcoins, in which the first one is Ether. What we see is that we're seeing a small bounce up on Ether from the support level. It's still a tricky one, as there's still no it's in a range. I mean, we've discussed this in this area, in which losing the 2.246 level would generally expect further downwards momentum, in which we were targeting 2.3. We couldn't hold that, and then the whole next level is around 2.120. Right now we see a slight bounce up, but I guess we're going to see some more tests here before we can see a further bounce up. If we get a bounce up, you could expect the Ether USDT pair to continue rallying up, but the whole crucial level to break is around 2.23, this area. If we get a bounce up, break above, hold this level, then you could expect further upwards momentum towards the whole level over here, and then the altcoins start to fire off. If we get a rejection and we lose the level over here, I'm assuming we are going to fall further down, and then I'm actually expecting 184 as a level and 175 as a level. Overall, some accumulation here, which means that overall Ether USDT is ready for a new bounce up. And why I'm saying that is that it's lagging behind. It's staying relatively stable while Bitcoin is very volatile, which means that the bounces and movements are occurring through the BTC pair. And then we go towards an example as BOT BTC. Crash down, after that immediate bounce up, including news. But what you can see on the USDT pair, if it starts to work, is that a similar structure happened here, in which we consolidated above the previous resistance level, and we started to moon further upwards towards the next resistance zones, which is a heavy 35% move, 45 actually. Do we say that we can actually long BOT here? No. It's healthy to see a retrace, as we tapped into resistance over here. The levels to watch is the zone around 20 cents. If we hold the 20 cents level, you could assume that we are actually showing a similar structure as we have seen over here, in which we retrace and then start to fire off some more. With all the altcoins showing a similar structure in the USDT pair, in which I've just discussed that BOT is holding the previous level of resistance for support. A similar one is Ripple, which is also doing the same over here, in which it holds the previous level for support, and now it's aiming for the next level of resistances to target, in which 25 cents, 26.5 and 28.5 are targets. The BTC pair, however, is showing weakness, as you can see, but it's showing a similar downwards phased parabolic, in which a breakthrough of the level around 2360 and preferably 2500 satoshis would say that if we break back above, we are done with downwards movements and can continue moving upwards, just like BOT has been showing. We've been doing this in the previous live stream, in which you want to see a structure like this. We break below support, hold on for a while, and then the whole breakout upwards and break above the previous support triggers a impulse move to the upside. This is also what you want to see on Ripple. This is also what you want to see on some other altcoins, and we've witnessed it already on Basic Attention Token, which actually broke below support and then FOMO moved afterwards. What you want to target for levels as support for Basic Attention Token is this level around 22.30, and if we can't hold that, I'll be targeting the level around 20.99 to 2000. The whole area over here I'll be targeting for longs. If that holds, we can have a flip back again and we can start targeting 27.5 to 3000 satoshis, and we can have a nice summer of altcoins. So if we go back towards Ether, we can see that we are seeing a similar structure in which there should be a breakout occurring. If we break above 250, my next target area is around 246, 250. Small target area is 235, in which we just can continue moving up. And if you zoom out a little bit on Ether, and if you're an investor, then what we can see here is that Ether is just in a long accumulation phase, in which 300 to 360 is the resistance area, 80 to 100 is the low and support range. Once we break above 360, we're going to have the new cycle and bull run occurring. So this is just one accumulation phase you would want to look for. Then we're going towards Tezos, and Link, which are generally the coins you'd want to watch for strong bounces. We're just seeing one over here. The resistance area to break is between around 3000 satoshis. We could expect something like this to occur, in which we just range. As long as we hold the 2700 satoshis level, everything is fine. If we break above 3000 satoshis, I'll be targeting 3500 as next level. Losing 2700 satoshis would be a further drop towards 2400, but especially the USDT pair is holding the level over here, which we wanted to hold, and now it's looking likely to take the liquidity above the previous high, in which the next target is 320 to 330. We've tweeted Link yesterday, in which I posted the chart over here that this is a pretty decent long entry or interesting level. Right now it's bounced up, and if we take the daily, we can see that it's inside a resistance level over here, which I generally not expect to bounce above or break above in one go. I'm expecting to see a small retrace, in which you'd want to see a double bottom structure or higher low occurring, and then we can see a further upwards move. The level that I am targeting for a further upwards move is 46,500 satoshis, and that would make Link USDT break above $4 towards 460 and 480. As you can see, we held support over here, and now we're just continuing. So that's my update for today. Thank you for watching. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you back on the live stream on Monday.